How's it going everyone? Chris here with the next episode of Call of Duty Arsenal, my little weapon guide video series where we take a look at the popular and most favourite weapons from Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops. Now throughout this series I've mentioned like these weapon guides are kind of a build up to Modern Warfare 3, because obviously a lot of the weapons that we're looking at are ones that have either been confirmed or ones that may be included in Modern Warfare 3, but I'm also throwing a few Black Ops weapons in there as well, simply because it's the current game and it's the most favourite at the time, and obviously a lot of these weapons are quite sought after. So weapons like the G11, like we're going to look at today, is probably not going to return in Modern Warfare 3, but it's been demanded in a previous episode, so here we go with a little gun review / weapon guide. So the G11 in Black Ops is Assault Rifle unlocked at level 44. It's the classified weapon, so you have to get to level 44 in order to unlock the Commando, then buy every other weapon in the Assault Rifle category. In real life, the Heckler & Koch G11 is a weapon that's originated from West Germany and is like a prototype weapon. It's very unusual when compared to the majority of rifles and assault rifles in the world today. It's got a few unique features. One of them is obviously its looks. It looks pretty strange, quite boxy. It's got some quite unusual internals. It's got a horizontal magazine which holds caseless rounds, which is why in game it looks like you're reloading a stapler with that horizontal mag and the little windy handle on the side. The fire animation that we see in game is actually quite accurate to how the weapon works in real life. It's often used as like a 3-round burst with a super fast fire rate, although the real life version obviously can be used in semi and fully automatic modes. So let's take a look at the stats and figures of the G11 in Black Ops. First up, the damage ratings. Damage figures are pretty low in the assault rifle category at 35-25, but that still enables you to get 3 to 4 shot kills, 3 shots up close or 4 shots at long range. Unlike the slightly higher figures of 40-30 like we get with the M16 and some of the other higher power assault rifles, you don't get that lower shots to kill if you manage to get a headshot in there. One of the best features of the G11 is its recoil pattern. The G11 is probably most comparable to the ACR from Modern Warfare 2 in terms of its recoil, because the recoil is essentially a laser beam. All the shots go exactly where you're aiming, so it makes it quite a low recoil overall. The G11 actually has a very fast rate of fire at 1,250 rounds per minute, which is insane. But being a 3-round burst, you get that slight pause between the shots, so the overall rate of fire is pretty low in comparison to the rest of the assault rifles at 535 rounds per minute. Unfortunately, reload time is very slow at 2.7 seconds or 3.8 seconds from empty, although this is made up for with the magazine size with a very generous 48 rounds, which is even higher than the extended mags of weapons such as the Galil, which has a very high magazine size as standard. So this will definitely allow us to choose something else other than sleight of hand in the second tier perk slot, which we'll talk about in just a short while. So being a 3-round burst weapon, the G11 can be most compared to the M16 in Black Ops, obviously the M16 also being 3-round burst. The main differences between the two: the G11 has the lower damage ratings, whereas the M16 has the slightly higher figures. All that enables is the M16 to get a 2-shot kill if you manage to get a headshot. The G11 has the upper hand in terms of recoil with that very low spread of bullets, whereas the M16 will spread apart a little bit more, although both weapons, being 3-round burst, have very low recoil overall, because obviously the gun will centre back on target between those shots. The G11 has a slightly faster rate of fire at 535 in comparison to 450 of the M16. The M16's got the upper hand in terms of reload time, at the fastest reload time out of all the assault rifles, and obviously the G11 has the advantage of the high 48 round magazine size. Another unique feature of the G11 is its Hipfire Spread. It's actually got the Hipfire crosshairs of an SMG, so it makes it very accurate even when spraying from the hip. This does help you a slight bit in close quarters combat, but the G11 is probably more suited to kind of a more tactical role. You don't really want to be going on too much of a run and gun mission with the G11. Even with the 3 shots to kill, you'll find yourself having to spray 2 or 3 times to take anyone out if you're running into anyone on a one-on-one basis, whether that's just down to the body multipliers on the limbs, or whether it's just the dodgy hit detection in Black Ops. But there's many clips where I've run into someone, put 3 bullets into the chest, and they still continue to knife me or shoot me back and take me out. I'd advise for the G11 to kind of flank around the side and take up positions and kind of pick people off whenever you can. But overall it does make a very versatile weapon. You can use it on almost any map. So let's take a look at some recommended perks for setting up the perfect class for using the G11. First up, we're going to go for hardline in order to acquire our kill streaks 1 kill earlier. Obviously, unlike some of the other weapons, we don't need scavenger because we've got that super high ammo loadout with 48 rounds in the magazine. So because we're going for that kind of tactical approach where we'll be flanking the enemies and staying out of the main combat zones, so we'll use hardline to help us win the games with the help of our kill streak rewards. Second up, like we mentioned earlier, the G11 has the high magazine size at 48 rounds, so there's no real need to equip sleight of hand. We've also already got a quite small Hipfire Spread, so there's no real need to equip steady aim. So the perfect perk for the G11 for slot 2 is hardened. The Pro version in particular will reduce flinch when being shot, so that definitely helps with any burst fire weapon, because obviously if you're being shot and you send out your 3 shots and you need to stay on target in order to get the next burst out, you don't want to be shooting over the top of the head. And obviously that deeper penetration will secure you quite a few kills in any one game. Just being able to shoot through metal or rock surfaces is always an advantage. And third up, because we're going for this tactical approach, we'll need to equip Marathon just to be able to make our way around the map, around the long way around the flank, around the side. So Marathon just increases the sprint distance, with the Pro version giving you unlimited sprint. Simply helps you get into your positions much quicker than you would do otherwise. So in all the previous episodes I've been giving a recommended attachment as well as a recommended piece of equipment. In the case of the G11 we've only got a couple of optical attachments which they can be quite useful in some situations, but I definitely prefer no attachments and just using the plain old iron sights. The iron sights that you get with the G11 are exactly the same as you get on weapons such as the FAMAS or AUG. Very clean and quite easy to use, and it just avoids having that idle sway that you get with the scopes. So for the case of the G11 we're going to look at a piece of recommended equipment and then a recommended kill streak. In the case of the equipment, the tactical insertion is going to help us go for that kind of tactical style of gameplay. It'll allow you to drop down a beacon that allows you to designate your next spawn point, so if you end up getting killed you don't have to start from scratch halfway around the map and have to make your way back to your positions. You can drop this thing down. If you're coming up to a group of bad guys and there's a chance that you might die, you'll get a kind of a second chance at taking them all out. So with this class setup using hardline, it makes sense to choose some sort of kill streak that's going to help us in our gameplay. Because hardline Pro will allow us to re-roll care packages, we'll equip the care package as one of our kill streaks just to be able to increase our chances of getting something nice. In these clips I was using the setup of spy plane, care package and attack helicopter, all pretty low kill streak rewards that you can get fairly easily. After 2 kills you can get a spy plane up, which really does benefit you in that you can often get multiple spy planes up after just a couple of lives and get that radar refreshing at quite a fast rate. At just 4 kills with hardline you can get the care package, which can often include some nice goodies, and if not, if you get something like ammo you can always re-roll it for the chance of getting chopper gunner or attack dogs, which is always nice. And then after just a short kill streak at 6 kills you can acquire the attack helicopter, which will often do much better than the chopper gunner, because often people don't pay much attention to the attack helicopter, whereas if there's an enemy Huey inbound, the Strellas are often out before the choppers got onto the map. And overall, being a fairly low kill streak setup, you can often get these things a couple of times throughout any one game. So that's the G11 in Call of Duty Black Ops. Definitely one of the more unusual weapons in the game. Like we mentioned, it's very unique in that it's got that super high magazine size, the super fast fire rate, although it's limited to 3-round burst. Overall it does make a very versatile weapon. So if you're a fan of G11, consider dropping me a thumbs up on this video just to share it with others. Stick around for the next episode. I might jump back to Call of Duty 4 or Modern Warfare 2. I'll have to pick out one of the more popular weapons that might be included in Modern Warfare 3 in November. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.